Alright, I just finished the Omega quest line with all the Omega raids, Alphascape, Deltascape, Sigmascape, and little wind-up Alpha here. See little wind-up Alpha? Love it. I do need two Blue Mage spells from the Eden quest line, which is Crystarium, Shadow Walkers stuff. Oh, no, sorry. Shadowbringers. Shadowbringers? I think so. I cannot start it as blue. It's red for me. So I'm just doing my level 100 paladin. We'll see what these are. Level 80 raids. I don't think I'm going to be able to solo my way through them on blue, but I am hoping to, at least for the ones where I can learn spells, maybe set up a blue party for it, or try to solo it. It wouldn't be the first time I've soloed something level synced, and it's rough, but you can succeed. We'll see. But the first quest in the Eden quest line. Why is there no sound coming from? Why is that so quiet? I didn't turn it down, did I? Why is it? Oh, is it quiet because it's being shared? Who knows? We'll see. Anyway, the quest is called In the Middle of Nowhere. Actually, you know what? I think I have to turn this up because my audio is being shared by something else right now. I'll have to turn it back down once that other something is... We'll see. Okay. So, an anxious Crystarium guard gives us the level 80 quest In the Middle of Nowhere. We are in the Crystarium. Here we go. Ah, Mercy, have you seen Ryne? She's been looking for you. You know what? It would be nice to have another set of quests that is Ryne. You know, I haven't seen her since, obviously, the Crystarium. I think she made an appearance once or twice, but... like when we needed a bunch of help from people of our past kind of thing. Wait here, I'll go and get her, says the Elezen guard. He gives me a salute. We got our arms crossed, we're waiting. I don't really like this paladin gear. I should probably glamour it. But Ryne comes running up to us. There you are. The truth is, I need your help. I give her a nod. Now hold on, I haven't even told you what it is yet. After you defeated Emmet Selk, I sensed a strange concentration of light, somewhere far to the south. In the empty, the lands that were once swallowed by the flood. I look serious now. I can't tell what it is, but we have to find out. For all we know, it might even be another Light Warden. But whatever it may be, I don't intend to stand by and watch. She puts a hand to her chest. She okay? Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Thancred, Urianger, and I have a few theories that we plan to test once we find whatever's causing this. The three of us were reluctant to ask for your help, considering everything that you've been through. The thing is, you're the only person who can defeat a Light Warden without becoming one yourself, so we have no choice. While we don't want to jump to conclusions, it would be a good idea to have you there, just in case. So, will you come with us? My options are, I wouldn't have it any other way, or perhaps we should let sleeping dogs lie. I wouldn't have it any other way. Nah, handle it yourself. Thank you, Mercy. This means a lot. First of all, let's head to the derrick in Amarang. Thancred and Urianger should have everything ready by now. I still have one spell to get from Alphascape V 3.0, but I got Mustard Bomb, which was my main target. For Blue Mage, we can get Laser Eye from E12. So like I think E12 would be the final raid in the Eden storyline, and Dimensional Shift from E1. So the first raid in the Eden storyline. And again, we'll figure out We'll figure out if we can solo anything on blue. It would have to be level capped because it's 80. That's the only option I have for 80. But all right, we teleport to Amarang. Head south through this hole in the ceiling. I need a dollar, holla, dollar, that's what I need. We have a tower that I believe is like kind of an airship dock. Here's Ryne with Thancred and Urianger. We get another cutscene. I hope the desert creatures didn't give you too much trouble on the way here. I doubt they posed any sort of challenge to her. Would that I could say the same with confidence about whatever fiend may be waiting for us out there, says Thancred. Even if the light that Ryne sensed turns out to be nothing of consequence, the empty is hardly the most welcoming of places. Anything that could survive out there is not to be trifled with. Moreover, it should be reiterated that the light-blasted wasteland poseth as severe a threat as any foe we might face, says Urianger. In any event, we are in agreement that this phenomenon doth warrant investigation, though for lack of more precise means of navigation, we must needs rely on Ryne's innate abilities to guide us. I have formed several hypotheses regarding the nature of the light, but speculation is a poor substitute for first-hand observation. I give him a nod. There'll be plenty of time for us to talk about it on the way. Is the sky slipper ready, Thancred? Ready to take us wherever we need to go, aye. Back again too, maybe, if we ask it nicely. It's like, maybe if a VW bus mixed with a carnival ride was made into a little passenger cruiser. Like, it's got a seat for the pilot, and then down a little bit lower, and there's like a windshield as well. Down a little bit lower is a seat for co-pilot? I don't know, and then 2 seats in the back. Though the light hath been expunged from Norvrant, the ambient ether of the empty is still corrupted. Dangerously so, in fact. The flood of light devastated everything in its wake, the soil, the air, the water, all rendered incapable of supporting life. 'Tis due to this imbalance that the empty remaineth utterly and uninhabitable, even a century thereafter. That's why we're taking... That's why we're taking every possible precaution. Between the aetherometers I've packed and Ryne's unique abilities, we should be able to detect and measure any fluctuations in our alignments. According to the Crystarium scouts, a few days out there won't affect us to any noticeable degree, but much longer than that, and we risk becoming sin-eaters. This is all Thancred, but there was previously some Urianger. I'm trying to distinguish between them. Since we still don't know how Jacobos and Amaro will fare in the empty, we opted for a more mechanical mode of transportation. This comes courtesy of the researchers at the Mean, who found it in the Crystal Tower and restored it to the working order. Lots of exposition for no reason, really. It's quite safe, I promise. The person in charge said he'll have parts delivered from the Crystarium should anything break. He seemed quite eager to see what we bring back from the empty, even though I told him we're not hunting for treasure. I'll introduce you if we have a chance to stop by Mord Souk at some point. Anyway, I think that covers everything. When you're ready to leave, just say the word. Alright, we talk to Ryne to continue. Well then, shall we? Depart for the empty, yes. So black screen for a little while, and then it looks like it's kind of a hovercraft because it's not. Yeah. The scene is reminiscent of like a speeder in Star Wars going through the desert. We're on just pure white, looks like sand. The seating arrangement is as I said. We have Thancred up front and up top, being the pilot. Ryne is behind him and lower down in the single seat, and Urianger and I are sitting in the back. With a name like the Empty, I wasn't expecting much in the way of pleasant scenery, but this is downright depressing. To look on the land swallowed by the flood with mine own eyes, 'tis a chilling sight indeed. Approximately 9/10 of this world are as this, a slate all but wiped clean. Were it not for the warriors of darkness in Menphilia, says Thancred. Ryne, are you sure we're heading in the right direction? Yes, I'm certain. There's no telling how far away it is, though. Nothing for it but to keep going, then. You two back there may as well take a nap. I have a feeling we've a good few malms ahead of us. I look determined. Again, just white sand, basically. And no hills. I like there's one hill in the distance. Not very tall. On a black screen, Thancred says, "I have to say, it's a touch larger than I was expecting. And is it sleeping?" What we see past some cliffs of white, Norvrant the Empty, we see kind of, so there are these lights you can put on your walls. You just press it and then the light turns on. That's kind of what looks like on the top of this thing. And then under that, it's big though, under that big touch it light is a lot of like white wings and feathers. Kind of, it's been a while since I played that expansion, but that's very reminiscent of a lot of the creatures here. Lots of white wings kind of covering them until they erupt from the wings and be what they are. Ryne says, "No, it's waking up." "I don't like the sound of that. Is it a light warden?" She shakes her head no. "No, I don't think so. Instead of being filled with light, it is light." Urianger ponders this. "The first Sin Eater." "Long have I strived to unravel the mysteries surrounding the flood of light, to discover what set that terrible cataclysm in motion. Every thread led to the same conclusion, the same single point." "Or single being," says Thancred. Urianger nods. "I have reason to believe that the entity we see before us is the first Sin Eater, the instigator of the flood, the very foe Minfilia vanquished a century ago." I thought I saw like a beak, but all I see is like wings and like two giant wings. They do kind of come to a point that looks a little bit like a beak, but I really can't see a face. "She gave everything that she had, and won." His mouth pops open a bit. "But this abomination could undo her work." "Aye, the possibility cannot be denied, though it is oft said that destruction and creation are but two sides of the same coin." "Ryne, knowest thou of what I speak?" She thinks about it, looking inside. "The power to shape reality, to bend the laws of nature, for what was once shattered may be forged anew." "That's all well and good, but don't you think we should give it a name first?" "Eden," says Ryne. Urianger likes it. "Utopia in Fae, a most auspicious title." I nod to her. "Now that that's settled, perhaps we should find a spot to set up camp. I even brought a couple of tents, on the off chance, but pitching the damned thing is something of a fine art. Does anyone fancy helping me?" We all nod. We speak with Ryne to finish the quest. "I never realized that putting tents up could be such a bother. Still, I'm glad that we got there in the end. Thancred should be back from scouting the area soon. Once he's here, we can plan our next move." 1150 experience points and the quest is complete. I will continue after I post this one. During the course of your investigation, you may discover valuable artifacts. These can be exchanged for equipment, blah, blah, yeah, I know that. Same with all the raids. I still have the ones from AlphaScape. I do have to keep doing AlphaScape to get that last spell, at least version 3, but not yet. Anyway, we're on to Eden right now. Urianger, Ryne, and myself, thank you for watching. We do so hope you enjoyed, and I will see you soon for the next one. Bye-bye for now.